Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Capital. I just have a little wrap-up footage of the Renaissance Festival. And oh my, yeah, a lot of people dress up in costumes. It's a great time. It's on Dixie Highway. I think it's on I-75 is the exit. It's mile marker 101. It's just north of the ski resort Mount Holly. I'm going to fast forward through. Okay, get some entertainment here. Event runs until 7 o'clock at night, so this was the tail end, actually, a little bit afterwards, so people are calling it a day. There's a walking path back to the parking area, and it's nice they have free parking. How many places nowadays just charge you to park to patronize their place? Well, that's where I parked. For dinner, my sister and brother-in-law and niece, we decided to have dinner in the city of Fenton. I had a little time to check out the city before they arrived, so we'll check out. They have some artwork. They have a public park here, a little river. We got nice flowers. Yeah, if you've never been to the Renaissance Festival, it's certainly a worthy trip. Here's a reconditioned fire hall or fire station made into a restaurant, so it has been repurposed. And an old school fire truck out front. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with the city of Fenton. It's just like a half hour south of the city of Flint. This show I'm going to have just a little bit more here with Fenton. Then we're going to have the U of M marching band. Then we'll have Dally in the Alley. And then we'll round out the show with the St. Aubin Blues Festival and some urban planning. But don't touch that dial. Here, I like this neon sign, food. And the food they have is tacos. Some old school buildings in downtown. The Laundry is the restaurant we went to, and we had our dinner outside. Inside, though, they have this nice mural. And then a nice little stool. That was... Take a look at some more flowers. Then they had like a hologram type thing. It wasn't a neon or whatever this kind of thing is, but it went through all number of different variations. But some kind of patriotic cyborg. Yeah, I don't know what you call that thing. My sister was saying like a hologram type thing, but not quite sure. All right, so this was on a Saturday, but later that evening, after dinner, I decided to check out the end of the U of M Middle Tennessee State football game at the Big House. They're set up for an emergency here if they have one, but usually things aren't too bad. But you have to patiently wait till the end of the game, and that has happened. Michigan football games, typically a college game is 3 hours, but you can almost count on U of M to have a 3.5-hour game. But after the game is over, they will have, the band will put on a performance on the field here, so we're going to check that out. So I don't know how many members are in the marching band, but quite a few. So instead of Saturday night football, this will be Saturday night band action. So let's listen in.
Is eager to show you they're in mid-season form. Associate Director Richard Fry leads the band, and we feature our percussion section in a Michigan tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, Temptation. Ryan Ward.
Well, we're giving the band a little love here. Typically, it's the football team that gets all the attention, but the band certainly has its place.
how strong with a couple more high fives for the homies. There we go.
Now I got to try to play catch up with them as they march down to, I guess it would be their assembly hall.
This is Michigan! This is Michigan!
Just marched through a nice tailgating area, and now they have a police escort. have a little time to catch your breath, and then a little few announcements, and we'll call it a night.
Halftime was also spectacular. And Sam was great. You've had an incredible 2 weeks to lead up to this. This is a special place for the institution and the brand of the MFB. You are setting the bar extraordinarily high. So now, what we did today was the worst it's going to be all season. That's really encouraging. But before that, take tomorrow off.
Marching band, but a victorious football team, and they won the first game. But is this the year they beat Ohio State? Wow, they got a tough schedule. This guy looks familiar. He had this famous quote, "Those who stay will be champions." Well, we are waiting. Tough game coming up, but the third game after the bye is Wisconsin, and that will be certainly a test, as will Notre Dame and Penn State, Michigan State. Okay, now it's to Daily in the Alley, which is held the first Saturday after Labor Day. So 3rd and Forest is kind of where it begins. Corridor. The Cass Corridor is the official name. It's been around for years. We should stick with that rather than that District Detroit or whatever. I'm in the alley now, and they have like at least 4 stages set up. So this officially is the alley here, but it extends on either block, Forest and Hancock. Here they have some signs. It's interesting. Oh no! They have an agenda: destroy America, run for your life. But plenty of entrepreneurs. There's food, there's music, there's interesting people. This has gone on for 42 years, and it doesn't need any advertising. These nice lights up here. It threatened rain. There was a few sprinkles. This was the official poster for this year. It was September 7th. And they were selling some old posters from years past. North Cass Community Union, but definitely vote. That is so important, and especially for this age group here, the millennials. I think they realize the importance of voting more so than ever. Plenty of signs all over the place. on the telephone poles. I like some of the buildings. This is a lot of residential or student housing apartments they have. The Eye in the Sky. And they typically, I've never heard of any trouble taking place. This is kind of a fun event where people just enjoy themselves. That's a good party too. That's around the first day of spring. The tradition there is, I think, 10 years, maybe. But that's going strong. There were plenty of food trucks, and that one looked like a souvenir place or whatnot. Plenty of T-shirts. Boy, back in the day, the Supremes were one of my favorite groups. Some clever T-shirt slogans. And Motor City Brewery had their beer. But yeah, the housing here is nice. Plenty of nice stately homes that I believe are sectioned off into multiple rooms for the students. Here's a look at a food place here. There we go, Cass Corridor. Yep, so I made it to Cass. The festival has extended this year, so now it's 2 blocks long. And the Bronx Bar, this is a classic. I love the neon here. But everything was crowded. And if you wanted, you could get your laundry done. And it was a pet-friendly event, if you wanted to do that. There was a long line even to get into the market here. Plenty of the places were selling beverages to your liking, and so you could do that, but the lines were long. Here's one of the main stages here. End of the day, we're all just Black Lives Matter. Here's the Netherlands. I like how they have some of these houses in their named, their very own name. Yeah, good for all ages. to be sure. They have a veggie burger. Yep, you could do it all over here. Starts in the afternoon. I'm not sure exactly what time. Runs till 11. But a good crowd to be sure, all looking to have a good time and enjoy themselves. It's like a back-to-school event for the Wayne State students, but I think it's become a Detroit tradition. Detroit loves a party. Here I'm looking down into the alley. Detroit bike clubs took a stop and walked around. That's really quite something, the way Detroit has taken to the bicycles and people do up their bikes. It was a moon like half full, but it was a cloudy evening, but nonetheless very pleasant weather-wise. The Detroit Marching Band in action, but here you can get a look at the crowd, kind of playing pinball wizard out there a little bit. No. Take heed to that. But yeah, signs all over the place posting. It was good sign watching. There was good people watching, certainly. A lot of interesting people. Detroit is not boring. Not in the least. I actually should have gotten to this event earlier, but the problem with getting here earlier is I would have had 2 hours of video, and then Lord knows I don't care to edit. That is a fault of mine. You get everything shot. But here from one of the balconies, or these nice wood staircases, get a look down the alley. And this is an all-American event. Yeah, there's quite a bit of diversity here. You get all number of people, quite the mixture, which is nice, very nice. That's what Detroit's all about. And they had the proper licensing here, which is good. They have a sofa. It's a big deal. Every year they have like an annual or a special sofa that somebody donates. They make a story behind that. Okay, another stage here. The entertainment is certainly community, top-notch, kind of local bands, and they carry their following along with them. A little bit more of the food action here, Delectables. Yeah, you won't go for wanting here. There's a little bit of everything to be had. Northcast Community Union is the official NCCU. And here, a TV head. That's quite the costume. He's all set up for Halloween. And it was like every performer had just short of an hour. Then they got to tear down, get the next band up and running. Plenty of shopping and quite the diversity. Another group of bikes here. And they're always classic to kind of look at what they have. The way they accessorize, put their lights and their music. All right, now we'll go to the last installment. I'll get some urban planning in. This is the Detroit Waste Treatment Plant. And lo and behold, good news, they closed this down.
Young fella, that's the third caught, well short of the first down.
The Detroit Renewable Power Place, and yeah, they were burning trash to create steam, and then from that electricity. And amen that this place, I'm sure that's amen that the place has closed. Nearby is a place here for lease, an old cold storage facility. There's some DET.com. That's the website. So a nice mural. Hopefully we're not dealing with too much toxic waste. We were certainly with that incinerator, because when they burn that stuff, people had batteries or whatnot, lead would get up into the air, lead, arsenic, any number of goodies floating down. Beatrice Foods was in this cold storage, but years ago. So this thing won't be belching out toxic smoke, which is a good deal, but that opens up the whole urban planning scenario for this neighborhood. Certainly some of this neighborhood is zoned industrial, but I'll get a bird's eye view up here pretty soon. We'll see a lot of it is green space, which opens the possibilities for repurposing, redeveloping into residential. That's where I parked down there. But yeah, certainly on both sides of Shane Street, there's going to be plenty of room. Certainly we could come up with some new housing, maybe some multi-use development. It's open season. With this White Elephant, well, not here, that's an industrial place, but here looking towards downtown, so you can see the proximity of this place towards downtown. And it's just north of Eastern Market area. There's Ford Field. The Lions are playing as I speak here now, or as I'm exploring, but they're playing out, that's the Velodrome, bicycle track. I think it's a quarter mile, and that seems to be doing quite well. Off in the distance, the Ambassador Bridge. And then Midtown area out yonder. Then here's the site of the new jail. I didn't know it at the time, but I Googled that into the computer, and sure enough, Warren and the I-75 Expressway right there is where it is. So, yeah, they're going to tear this down, or it's shut down now. Whether they're going to tear it down, I have no idea what the long term, but cross that right off the picture. So this big white elephant is taken care of. And when the wind blew a certain direction, or from east to west, Midtown would get the nice smell of this incinerator. So there's certainly not a place, an incinerator, to be smack dab in the center of town where it stinks up the whole place. So maybe they could put something like that on Zug Island if they want to. This is where the Blues Festival is every Sunday afternoon, weather permitting. And I talked to John, who runs the John's Carpet House. I think if you Google that, you'll get all the information. There's a greenery over there. Recovery Farms, I think, is the official name. I'm up on top of the Bottle Rocket. You got to watch your step here. But there's green space here. There's a few homes, but look at all the trees. There's another area here, block wide, full of trees, green space. There's a church here, First Union. And then another whole block of green space. There's a church off in the distance. It's just south of I-94. But with this plant, or the waste incinerator going down, people are going to take a fresh look at this place and say, hey, there's nothing hindering why this can't get repurposed and redeveloped. Certainly when the incinerator was there, nobody wants to do anything, right? Who wants to be smack dab where you're smelling that incinerator all day long? I mean, this was years in the making, but it's a good thing. So I don't know, the city administration did a good job, whatever they did, to snuff that out. It's amazing when you put your mind to it what you can accomplish. For years there was so much red tape. The Metro Times reported on that waste incinerator quite a few times and brought it up, and it was like everyone, everybody's hands were tied. It was like lawyers and whatnot. Couldn't figure out who owned it, blah, blah, blah. This is a metal recycling facility. So they got a big chunk of property here. So certainly, and then next to the railroad tracks, but that would probably stay there. So there's going to be some industrial uses for the property here. Not everything can be repurposed or redone. Here are the St. Aubin train tracks that run up from the river and up to through Eastern Market. They have a nice bicycle path Whether that could be extended or not, I'm not sure. That's the old Fisher Body plant for the Chevy truck facility. There's the Lee Plaza. That's supposed to get redone, but it's sat vacant for quite a few years. When the smoke went that way, it went to Midtown. There you see Old Main in Wayne State. I was just there the day before or I should say a week and a couple of days before for the Dally in the Alley. Motor City Casino. And this building is vacant. We'll take a closer look at that. That was a cold storage facility also. Here, the Shane Ferry Market. This could have been like a Gibraltar Trade Center, or kind of a miniature version. They've let that go, though. The roof is certainly compromised. This was a more vibrant neighborhood, and certainly the Poletown plant that went up. I was looking at some of these homes. If some of these were sturdy, it's like, I think it's good. Land speculators are going to start looking. Okay, St. Aubin and Frederick, that's where the Blues Festival is going on. You could barely hear it. Here is where the Poletown plant is, and that closed earlier this year. One of several plants that GM closed because car sales were not doing too well. And that's a huge facility there. Whether they can repurpose that, you could say, hey, Amazon could use it as a warehouse or whatnot. I was trying to see if I was close enough that we could hear the music a little bit. There's the bottle rocket. But the concrete columns here are pretty sturdy. Right across the way, this certainly is industrial, but a household waste center. So they're dealing with chemicals and the like. Some toxic deal, but I don't think they're spewing much into the atmosphere. But look at the green space here. This is open season now. Some urban speculators or people that want to put up some housing, hey, why not? All right, we'll take a closer look at the Shane Ferry Market, which was in a lot better condition just like 5 years ago. But it's, it used to have all the garage doors, and that's been stripped out. Whether it's reusable, I don't know. Right across the way, a bowling alley.
Your second thought is, oh boy, Titan's technology.
Always open, always fresh. Well, I was monitoring the Detroit Lion football game. They were playing the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona, so I was checking that out. I'm going to check this building out first, and then I'm going to make it and round out the top of the hour with the music festival. Boy, a flock of birds going through there. Here's those railroad tracks. And they made it into a bicycle path down there by the market. Yeah, I'm going cross country here. Hopefully I don't get stuck. Yep, but urban planning. Everybody can come up with their with a game plan. Certainly urban planning is an audience participation sport. We can all have our opinion and share that with our politicians, community leaders, the movers and shakers, what have you. A lot of times people will certainly complain if something bothers them, but people that have good ideas can speak out too, come up with a game plan, have a vision for the future. Things are starting to happen in Detroit. It wasn't just but a few years ago that Detroit was the butt of a lot of jokes when you talked about urban decay and failing cities and how bad it is and murder capital of the world and all that. But that has changed. That's where the blues is. And that's where I moved my car. But you can see the proximity to the Fisher Theater. That's the jail site, new jail. We got a semi-bottle rocket. Doesn't have the legs. That's the Federal Reserve Center. This is fairly new, maybe 10 years, if that. But look at the nice trees, the landscaping, green grass. Yeah, they did a good job with that building. What are they going to do with this building, the one I'm on top of now? Now, that looks like a sturdy house. So, okay, now I'm at the jail site. Barton Mallow, they're the ones responsible. So I'm right where that red dot is, near 75, heading north, and 94 east. You can see the Pole Town plant. So urban planning. Oh, yeah, this neighborhood, it's going to change. All right, well, 49 seconds left, and we're up by 8. Not to worry, right? Well, I'm at the Blues Festival. Want to check out the music. Uh-oh, first and goal now. No. That's, say it. Okay. Oh. But they still need a 2-point conversion, so not to worry, right? Well, this was on September 8th. And, okay, tie game. So a lot of people at the Blues Festival, half were watching or listening to the music and watching the band. The other half were watching the game.
Hey, come on all of it. Man. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. Play the hell out of it. Lord, I've been sitting around late at night thinking, honey.
And they got new carpeting. That didn't happen too long ago, so that's a good thing. This is the John's Carpet House Blues Festival. Every Sunday, like May through September, weather permitting. Sunday early afternoon till dusk. I love the spoons. You don't see that often.
Let him have some keyboard. Play some keyboard.
Soul on a roll. Yeah, you can get your food here. And this place has been going on for, this festival going on for a couple decades now. They are on a roll. And, yeah, they have a lot of fun here. And did I mention it's free? If you want to put a ducat in the bucket, they'll certainly take that. Help the musicians out and the caretaking of the property. But yeah, if you want to go free, you can.
Down here now, coming, baby, baby. Run and get your rocking chair.
That's where the Porta-John was. They still have the generator. But yeah, we're in overtime and the Cardinals are up. So somehow the Blues goes real good with the Detroit Lions, a team that hasn't won a playoff game since whenever, or they won one playoff game. Everybody, there's the bottle rocket. But yeah, a lot of green space out here. I'm going to monitor the action on my phone here. The Lions tied it up, and so they had a revival, or they had music over there too, right on Shane Street. So that's a church that has some entertainment. Just down the way is the Raven Lounge, and they have entertainment on the weekends. Boy, they should do this every day, not just the 22nd, but still have some work to do. There's only $1.10 left. But this is almost apropos for the Lions to end up in a tie. And they were lucky to get that interception, and they could have had a field goal chance. But anyways, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week or weekend, whatever the case may be. And try to get something, final in overtime. Good night.